mystic for us over there.
They just want to. It's over.
Yeah.
Looks like the break's over and they're back in action. I'm running the show by myself now. The other commentator stepped out for a second. So this is Tyler Patterson running it all by myself. Looks like Brian opened it up in the small blind. He's going to win it. Whoa, chewing on a sucker now. Maybe that gave him a little boost of energy to open it up with the 6-7 off. Lollipop's great for the live stream. Brian's got 61% of the chips in this set. That's a pretty overwhelming lead. Andy's in second. 37 big blinds, so he's not super short. And Jim only has 15 bigs now, so it's a good time for Brian to kick it into high gear.
We're back, guys. Thanks for covering there, Tyler.
You got it.
I was doing some investigative work out in the poker room. You caught everyone back up. We're three-handed, I guess.
Yep.
Michael Gagliano back in booth. We're still waiting. We're still, Amanda's doing some other pressing business right now. We'll have her back here momentarily, though.
So all you missed was Brian opening the 6-7 off from the small blind, winning the pot.
Okay. Jim's getting pretty short, looks like.
So yeah, Brian can put pressure on Andy while Jim's that short.
So let's see. We're 50, 100,000 blinds. And let's see what's going on in this Twitch chat. I can't even follow. We've lost control of the Twitch chat.
It's gotten a little bit less respectful, I'd say.
The Twitch chat? Yeah. Sometimes, you know. Sometimes that happens, but, you know, it's Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to clean it up. Some stuff, at least. We'll see. So, Andy's going to take that one down. And let's see, Andy's up over 4 million already. Wow. He's been building quickly. We could have an interesting, interesting finish here if maybe Andy can gain some more chips here. There might be a little bit of a battle once we get heads up, and maybe not as much of a runaway as we originally thought it would be. Definitely going to see Jim make a move. Jim is, as we talked about earlier, he's a veteran of the online poker tournaments, and he knows what to do with these stacks. He knows how to play them, and I'd be pretty surprised, even with this amount of money on the line, if we saw Jim making some mistakes here. Jim's going to move all in for his 13.5 big blinds with the Jack-10 on the button, and it looks like this one's going to get through. Doesn't look like that's a calling hand for Andy.
Nope.
Did they get you the mic? No, we're not doing it. Oh, you're not doing it? No. So with that, Jim will move up to about 16 big blinds.
Which is enough for a 3-bet to work now. I mean, if someone opens, he can.
Talking about a 3-bet shove.
Yeah, 3-bet shove. Yeah, he will have some fold equity now.
Definitely always helpful to have that, especially over, although having even 12 big blinds can be enough when Andy's opening as wide as he has been.
Yeah, that's true.
Wouldn't surprise me. Andy folded earlier to, I think Ben shoved like 13 big blinds and he folded pretty quickly. You know, so the hands are that wide, he'll have some. I welcome Amanda back to the booth.
Thank you.
So Andy in the small blind here, ace 4. What do you do with the short stack in the big blind?
See, this is I like just shoving here, but
Well, it looks like Andy is just going to shove.
Amanda made a good point earlier that maybe you can get people to
Shove wider, and Jim
shove
makes
a little
the call.
bit wider.
Jim gets excited when he sees the king, and he makes the quick call with king queen. And we're going to have, you know, pretty much just a race here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's correct or not that I would do it like, and maybe not so much on like on the shorter stacks, because like earlier he had so many chips he could afford to like take a closer to flip situation, which I think I would be more okay with.
Pretty big sweat here for Jim going to the river. King queen or 10. Otherwise, Jim will be our third place finisher, and that'll do it.
And we're down to heads up, huh?
Really good run for Jim. You know, he came in middle of the pack. He was short for a while. He battled his way, battled his way back. So a really good job to Jim. Congratulations. Jim will be our third place finisher for just shy of $100,000.
$100,000.
Not a bad 3 days work right there for Mr. Gilbert.
He seemed pretty content with it.
Yeah, you know, I think he knows he did what he could. You know, there's, as a professional as he is, you know that sometimes just can't win every tournament. You know, sometimes the hands just don't go your way. And in that last hand right there, I mean, he wins that 60-40 and he's in really good shape. So it looks like, let's see, it looks like we're going to take
just a
short break.
Heads up break.
Yeah, before we go heads up.
Said only 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, not even. So I think we'll return in a few moments with the heads up battle between Brian Lemke and Andy Spears. So yeah, we'll be right back.
We're going to take a little break.
Welcome back. The Spring Poker Open Championship final table main event. We're heads up between Brian Lemke and Andy Spears. I'm Michael Gagliano with Amanda Musumeci and Tyler Patterson. And it appears they've come to some decision to chop the remaining prize pool. We're not aware of the exact details. But just based on what we heard, and I think you guys could hear too, that's apparently what's going on.
They look pretty high-spirited, and everyone's standing around on the rail watching this hand. It looks like
yeah, they're going to play it out for a winner. You know, so we don't know the exact money situation that's going on here. They are playing for $277,000 for first, and I believe it's $167,000 for second. Yeah, so see, they're all in and called here. And Brian is ahead. So Brian Holtz here. He will be our Spring Poker Open champion with his ace-9 suited versus Andy's ace-2.
Geez, those hands are so reasonable.
Those are very reasonable hands. Jack 6-6 gives some chop possibilities.
We could have kept the chop in the dark.
Ace on the turn, and they are going to chop unless the river is a 9 now. Actually, a jack also will give Brian the win here, but
yeah.
A 4 means that they're just going to chop this one.
Very often.
And the dealer is going to try to figure it out, the chop. Yeah, it's a chop.
After mucking
yeah.
Andy's hand.
Oh, it's hard to see sometimes.
Hey.
And let's see what happens after this hand. So Brian's still our chip leader. Oh boy.
Guess they're going to be running out another flop here. Look at that trophy.
Trophy, that's what that's the Spring Poker
That's
Open
what this is for
trophy.
right here,
Yeah.
the run out.
So yeah, Brian's saying here, reminding everyone that if he wins, he gets a truck. So his son is really riding this one hard, because if he gets second, doesn't take home that trophy, there's no truck.
Riding it hard, great pun.
Well, I don't know. That was sweating it hard. It's better. So Brian moves all in, and let's see what Andy's going to do here.
I think he's going to call with that hand.
Andy does call.
I think that's a call.
Brian doesn't look very happy. Caught with his hands in the cookie jar. 3-2 off for Brian. And let's see if Brian can. Let's see if Brian can improve here.
See if Brian's son wins a truck.
Deuce on the flop puts Brian out into the lead. His son's liking things so far.
Andy looking devastated.
5 on the clubs to Andy, a lot of outs.
It's always a sweat, always a sweat.
Queen, 9, 5, or any club will win it for Andy. But the king of spades in the river seals the deal. 3 deuce off move pays out for Brian. And it looks like Brian Lemke will be our Spring Poker Open championship.
And Lemke Jr. gets a truck.
He does. That's great. Big congratulations to Andy Spears for a second place finish worth $159,000. Great job, Andy. He came in as the chip leader today, and really, it did great. He worked with what he had, and that flip versus Lemke goes the other way. Things could be very different for everyone. But of course, let's not sell Brian Lemke short. He played a great tournament, and he's our champion today. Congratulations, Brian.
Congrats, Bri.
All right.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for watching. There's a nice shot of Brian's trophy and all his chips being set up for the winner's photo. Thanks again to the Borgata Poker. Thanks again.
Well, look at that. He
Everyone else that made the stream
That's
possible.
A pretty good shot.
The live stream sponsor, Rymax, again. And congratulations, Brian.
Great picture with the 3 deuce for the win. Let's go.